What's up, beautiful people of the internet? I know, it's been ages. But now I'm back, and the gear we're talking about in this video has everything to do with that. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I'm trying out different things to make more video content for you guys. So, being a freelance filmmaker and photographer on top of working a full-time job does not really make this an easy task. I'm stuck behind the MacBook Pro for 8 hours a day because I'm a software developer, and when I'm editing videos or photos for my side business, I'm also stuck behind that same MacBook Pro. Now, this made me want to change things up a little and use a different workflow when making content for you guys. Now, what's the goal for this video? Well, the goal for this video is to shoot different kinds of content using two different cameras and to edit everything on an iPad Pro. The first camera I'll be using is my trusty Fuji X-T3 with a Sigma 18-35 art lens. I'm using a Fringer adapter to get this Canon lens on my Fuji camera. Now, this is also the camera that's shooting this shot. The second camera will be my new Insta360 One R. I only played around with it briefly yesterday to see how the app works, so this will also be a test for using 360 cameras in my workflow. To edit the 360 footage, I'll be using Insta360's mobile app, and to edit everything together, I'll be using LumaFusion on the iPad Pro. So, enough talking for now, let's do the first sequence. And the first sequence is a B-roll sequence shot with my Fuji X-T3 setup. So, what do you think? Not too bad, right? Let's not waste any time and let's go for the second sequence. It's a relaxing clothing session on my one-wheel XR and it's shot with the Insta360's One R.
While we are watching this one-wheel sequence, we have time to do a little voiceover test. For audio recordings, I normally use studio-grade microphones, ranging from high-quality dynamic mics to condenser mics and all the way up to high-end tube microphones. Now I'm doing things a bit differently. I'm using the onboard mic in the iPad Pro to record this straight into LumaFusion. Apple is always very optimistic about their onboard microphones, so let's see if we can get a decent result with it. At the time of recording this voiceover, I'm almost done editing the entire video, and I have to say I had a blast working with the iPad Pro to edit this video. When I do my normal video editing work on my MacBook Pro, I have to convert my original files into proxies to edit them hassle-free, even when shooting 1080p clips shot in an H.265 codec with my Fuji camera. My MacBook Pro is last year's 15-inch model, and when using the iPad Pro, I've been cruising through 4K footage and H.265 files like it was nothing. I'm genuinely impressed and even a bit confused how this is even possible with a small device like the iPad Pro. Now I have to say, there are three things I miss in LumaFusion that still makes me want to keep my MacBook for editing professional work, and these are a decent way to speed ramp, a decent masking tool, and better color grading tools. Now, don't get me wrong, there are workarounds for most of those features and you can color grade and use LUTs, but it's just nothing compared to the possibilities you have in software like Premiere Pro. The goal of this video wasn't to replace my professional workstation. It was to find a workflow that would make it easier and above all faster to create content for social media. I think the iPad Pro literally killed it. I'm super impressed with the speed you can edit big files without even the slightest hiccup. I'm really genuinely impressed and it was a lot of fun working like this. Now, I guess it's time to go back to the studio and prepare you guys for my final sequence.
Okay, it's different. But it's kinda fun, right? I might need some more hands-on experience with this thing, but it sure is a lot of fun to work with and edit. Now, for the third sequence, I'm gonna strap on some inline skates and go for a more intense sequence. So, let's go! So that wraps up the video. I sure had a lot of fun doing this test and using a totally different workflow. This setup certainly has potential, and I'll be using it a lot in the future. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe if you didn't already. Have a nice day, guys.